Hi, welcome to Rein It In. This is Matt.
And this is Rachel.
I was going to say welcome back. I didn't even say welcome back.
Well, that's all right. We'll say welcome back now. Welcome back to Rein It In. So we've been away for, I don't know, what, like a month or something? Longer than a month?
It's almost been 2 months.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, we've been away for a while. We were busy living life and also traveling separate and having house guests and...
Yeah, celebrating some extended birthdays.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did a 40th birthday trip to Colorado with some friends. Then we had some karaoke fun times for Matt's 45th birthday.
Yeah, if you're in Atlanta and you are at all into karaoke, and if you're not into karaoke but you're into watching like YouTube and singing along in your living room with friends, the thing you want to do is, what was it, Fam?
Fam, yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
It's like Grant Park kind of area. Grant Park? Is that? No, Old Fourth Ward.
Yeah, I think
Anyway.
it's Old Fourth Ward.
Yeah, down there.
But yeah,
By the cemetery.
private karaoke rooms. We had 12 of us singing along, having a good time.
It was great.
BYO, so
Yep.
it was pretty
They
nice.
supplied ice and cups and karaoke accoutrement.
So on top of all those festivities, so because we were basically busy for 2 weeks, I guess we're 6 weeks out.
Okay, yeah.
We were trying to do them the first week of the month, and we're like more the middle. But recently too, we had a bit of an explosion. So hey, welcome to all of our new listeners.
Yep.
We
Thanks for
posted that
listening.
we had thank you for listening. We posted that we had 500 or hit our 500th listen, and that was maybe 3 weeks ago, and now we're already at 556 as of right before this recording. So
Hot damn.
I know, it just sort of exploded, and that was without a new episode.
I know. So, I mean, this one's going to bring all the boys to the yard because we're talking about Dragon Con.
All the boys to the yard.
We're not talking about milkshakes, though. So,
Is this like My Favorite Murder stuff or something?
no.
Okay.
This is like really, really, really dated pop culture references.
Got it. So today we're going to talk about Dragon Con. We're going to do our lead into Dragon Con.
Yes. Dragon Con is in 2 weeks, and now the crunch is on
Yeah.
for prep. I mean, some people have been prepping for a long time, but not us. We've been prepping for a short time.
All right. Well, let's. How are we going to talk about it? We're going to talk a little bit about sort of like what Dragon Con is to us. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the costumes that we've seen or worn, mostly the ones we've worn, and we'll talk about all the prep we do, and maybe we'll probably give some tips.
Yep. Successful conning.
All right. Let's kick into it.
So we've been in Atlanta for 8 years now, and Matt has pretty much gone to Dragon Con all of those years.
Well, I've been to 7 because we had a friend's wedding.
Right. We were drawn away to Nebraska.
Yeah. Which is still the best view of stars I've ever seen in my life. It was on the border between Colorado and Nebraska.
Nebraska and Wyoming.
Nebraska and Wyoming, yes, between Lusk and Roosevelt National Park or whatever it was.
So this is a total aside, though. So
Yeah,
focus in.
right.
Focus
Yep.
in.
We're focusing.
Yep.
So the one year we missed it,
Bring it
at
in.
least, we saw a friend's wedding. We saw some great stars. Rachel missed it the first year because of a funeral. Yeah, so that was less fun.
Well, but we didn't even really know it existed, right? So
Yeah.
anyway, you don't need our entire history of Dragon Con, but basically, we always try to go unless something catastrophic or wonderful intervenes.
Yeah.
Funeral, wedding,
Yeah.
only one of each. So,
Yeah, and early on it grew, right? So the first year was just our friend Cassandra and me, kind of a spur of the moment. I didn't even know what it was the first year, and she just happened to pop down into town from
South Carolina.
and was like, hey, you want to go? And I was like, okay, and it was a magical night. So then the next year we were like, hey, everybody, we really need to do this.
Yeah. Although I only went for one day that next year.
Yeah.
I only bought a badge for one day.
Trying to be an adult and
I
an
was
academic.
I slowly swayed to the ways of the con.
Right. Well, it's also got the Decatur Book Festival going on the same
Right.
weekend, and there's like all sorts of sports balls events, and there's a lot of
just
stuff
a
going on in Atlanta that weekend.
Ton of people in Atlanta.
Yeah, Labor Day
Labor Day
every weekend or every year in Atlanta. And if you don't know what Dragon Con is, which we're like 5 minutes in and we haven't even said, it's basically like a giant pop culture
Sci-fi fantasy
yeah.
focused.
Yeah.
but not exclusively convention.
Yeah, yeah. So I've never been to Comic-Con. I gather it has some similarities. I don't want to say, like, it doesn't sound like it's as commercial. It sounds more like it's a bunch of people just kind of doing their stuff. I know there's people who like make a living at cosplay and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, I haven't also not been to Comic-Con, but Comic-Con is more kind of industry driven, right?
Yeah.
And this is like a
Fan driven. Yeah.
And not to say that the one is like bad, just like it's a different kind of focus. And so while people will show up in costumes from everything, I would say the bulk of the kind of panel oriented stuff tends to revolve around sci-fi fantasy,
yeah, like anime, video games, but all still in the same vein, right? So it's going to be things like, I don't know.
No, let's not try to give examples of anime or video games because we don't know anything about those things.
Well, I just give all the boring ones or ones that everybody knows. So, But yeah, the interesting thing about Dragon Con, right, is like I think last year it was like 70,000 people, right? And it takes over all of the hotels in downtown Atlanta. It basically takes over all of downtown Atlanta. Fortunately, we only live like a mile from downtown Atlanta, so we stay at home and just Lyft or MARTA in.
Yep, which is great because then you can come back to the relative calm of the Dean Rosica household. Shit.
And
sorry,
so
we're not saying our last names. Damn it!
I know you keep doing it. So the anyway, the convention itself, though, there are kind of two main things that happen. There's kind of a daytime and then there's a nighttime. Daytime, there's just a million panels. There's panels all in the evening too. And it's everything. There's 20 plus tracks or something these days. There's an academic track, there's comics, there's video games, there's like, Star Trek, Star Wars, British,
science.
Whatever. Yeah, it's just got it all. And you can just, you're going to stand in lines for the big ones. There's plenty of celebrity panels, so you can see all your favorite fans or your favorite people from TV.
Or authors or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not as focused on like seeing really famous people. That's not like my sort of driving reason behind going.
Right.
When I have seen famous people, I've had a good time. Sometimes like the people I've had the most fun seeing are like not necessarily the ones that you would think though. Like I saw Megan Follows from the 1980s Anne of Green Gables series, and that was amazing. That was such a great panel. I saw LeVar Burton do a Reading Rainbow panel, and that one was also phenomenal.
Yeah. But one I really enjoyed was, even though I made a bunch of noise on accident during it, but it was some of the puppeteers from the Star Wars films, and sort of them talking about kind of like how they did some of the things, giving kind of just stories about what was happening on the set and things like that. So it was like kind of behind the scenes, kind of fun sort of stuff. We also saw the great one, I forget her name, she was the other puppeteer in a bunch of the Jim Henson stuff for I think she was the worm from Labyrinth.
Yeah, we saw some really good. There's a puppetry track because Atlanta does have Puppetry Arts Center and all that fun stuff. So there's a wide variety of things people go for to be seen and have their pictures taken, to
we kind of left out the thing,
go
right?
to famous.
The elephant in the room here that we haven't mentioned is that there's a lot of people are dressed up in costumes.
Oh, right. Yes.
At this.
Yes.
So it's not everyone by any means. The first few years we just went in normal clothes, and like there's no stigma. Everyone is friendly, and but there's a significant number of people that dress up, and they dress up from the most amazing costumes that are like beyond movie quality, right? Because they don't they have to look better than they do on film because there's no CGI.
Yeah, that's true.
To clean things up. Yeah.
And
some of them are just amazing. And some of them are super unique and interesting. And this is where we're talking about we can't really give examples because we just haven't seen all this stuff. We play a game, right, which is sort of like real life cosplay or costume. Kind of hate the word cosplay.
I do too.
Or like dressed up, right? So some people just are dressed up into something that's kind of interesting, unique in their own way. So lots of stuff. So there's plenty of people walking around dressed up. There's art stuff going on. There's all these panels.
It's just basically a crazy fun time.
Yeah, yeah. And so I think the main thing for us is it's just an opportunity to get together with friends that we haven't seen. We get a number of friends come back into Atlanta or come to Atlanta to like partake in this thing with us. And
we have a series of like rituals built up now. Rituals, traditions.
Traditions.
Both.
Yeah.
Some of them are ritualistic traditions.
Sure. Yeah. And so definitely traditions. And so the daytime, right, is a lot of that stuff, right? There's places, there's some of the hotels have just like big areas where everyone goes just to get their picture taken. The people in the best costumes go there and everyone goes to take pictures of them. Some of the fun stuff is just like walking by random costumes like in the hallways and you're like, what? That's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. How are you possibly walking in that thing? Yeah, some of them do definitely take like multiple people to move them around or set them up. And so that's fun. And then the nighttime, it gets a little more adult. It's definitely kind of a giant, crazy party.
I may have seen someone who was solely dressed in some vajazzling, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But and there's all sorts of like concerts and parties and music and just people out having a good time. And that's the thing that blew me away at Dragon Con. Like the first year I went, and as it's gotten bigger and bigger, it's harder to see it, or maybe I'm just like more desensitized to it. But my favorite thing about Dragon Con was just how wonderfully friendly everyone was. It's just a bunch of nerds that are out there having fun doing whatever nerdy thing it is they're doing, and everyone else, there's so little judgment happening.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd say of the people that are actually there for the con, there's probably near zero judgment. It's where you kind of see some of the stuff is where people are showing up for the parties at night and they start getting a little catty with like making fun of like that person shouldn't be wearing that costume. It's like, whatever, this is Dragon Con, like do what you want. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we can talk a little bit about basically like our costumes, right? We talked about costumes in general. Do you want to talk about costumes that we've done?
Yeah, so we started out with real tame, and it really was pretty edge for Dragon Con. Not edgy, but it was like pretty far tangential. We dressed up as some of the people from Bones.
That was such an easy costume.
Yeah.
It was really great. I got like personalized lab coats that said Brennan and Hodgins.
Yeah, and we got badges online and ironed them on. We made like little fake badges that clipped on with their photos for the Jeffersonian. Yeah,
that was a great easy costume, and I'm sad that Bones is no longer in the air because it is not. I can't just like throw it on.
You can. That's what makes it a deep cut.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I'll wear it maybe I'll wear it this semester for Halloween.
But that was the first time we tried. We kind of dipped our toe into something that was really easy. Like we didn't have to do anything other than put on a coat.
Right.
Well, we had to prep. It took a little bit of time. But that was also the first time that you'd just be walking down or on an escalator and someone would be like, great costume.
Yeah, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And I also did, I totally can't remember the name of the TV show. Captain America's 1940s girlfriend, spy.
Yeah. Why can't neither of us remember her name? Peggy.
All I can think of is Ms. Marvel, and I'm like, that is not right.
No, it's not it. It'll come back to us. We're old.
I'm looking it up on my phone.
All right.
Anyway,
So,
I dressed up as her.
And then you had two sidekicks on that.
Yes.
That was the year I dressed up as Roy with Cassandra as Moss.
Oh, right.
That was a pretty good one. And so one of the things that breaks down on costumes is like when you choose we've done group costumes multiple times. Pretty much every year we have at least a partial group costume. And did you find it?
Yes. Agent Carter.
Peggy Carter. So
had a red hat. It was a great costume. I got lots of people wanted me to take pictures with them, which was super fun.
Yeah, you've gotten the most photo requests, I think.
So.
Yeah, and was that the same year that we did Tremors? Because Tremors got us
Tremors
some
got us
photos.
a lot of pictures too.
Yeah.
We tend to do like kind of off popular. I mean, Agent Carter was really popular then, and so that was a really good one. But certainly, I mean, and Tremors is obviously, perennially known as one of the great movies of the 1980s. But
we made Graboids.
Matt made Graboids.
Yeah.
So Matt is the costume maker extraordinaire because he has an art degree, and so that really gives him some spatial reasoning that I don't have.
And they're not. I mean, they're not amazing. Like I think I'm pretty proud of them.
The Graboids, they are amazing.
Well, but like generally all the costumes we put together, I've been pretty proud of.
We'll post a picture on the Instagram of the Graboids.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll do a quick highlight of some of the photos, or some of the big costumes. One of my favorites, though, shout out to Kingdom of Loathing. If anybody hasn't played the greatest web-based RPG game of all times, kingdomofloathing.com, you should go to it. We dressed up as all the different guild members or guild types from that, and that was amazing. Not a single person knew who we were. So a couple of people thought we were SFDC.
No, that's not it.
No, not SFTC. XKCD. XKCD, yeah. You'd also think we're drinking, but we're actually taking this month off in preparation for Dragon Con.
Right, giving our livers a break.
Yeah, but yeah, so XKCD because they're stick figures, right? Some of the other, we did Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. This year we're doing Russellmania, where a bunch of us are dressing up as versions of
Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
From, I don't know, his many, many decades-long movie career.
Yeah. And so this goes to the thing that I was saying about the group costumes, that it's like you're either one of the core people and it makes sense and everybody's like, whoa, great costume, or you're one of the supporting characters in that and people don't know who you are if you're not with the other people, and it's often difficult to get everybody together.
Right, yeah. So group costumes are like both fun and sort of complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the best ones that we did for group costumes was Bob's Burgers, though, because all of the characters are pretty distinguishable on their own, and so so that one was fun. And we're reprising Bob's Burgers this year.
Oh yeah, slightly different though.
A Halloween episode for Bob's Burgers, so we're going in costumes as characters who are also in costumes.
Right. Yeah. So, dragon with a girl tattoo.
Yeah, that's me.
And none of your business.
Yep, that's Matt.
I still need to get a briefcase.
Yeah. It's none of your business.
Yeah, but so I'll also say though, some of my favorite costumes, like I said, like the Kingdom of Loathing, nobody recognized us. Still one of my favorite costumes of all time, just because it was so simple. It was fun. It was clever. I thought we got retweeted by Kingdom of Loathing. Yeah,
I got food poisoning that year, so that was an unfortunate year.
Yeah.
Always order the bacon instead of the fruit. That's a tip.
The new tip.
Dragon Con tip.
Yeah.
Never order the fruit. Just order bacon.
And then last year we went as Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency.
Right.
And I was really proud of my costume for that. Not a single person recognized me.
I know. I was surprised. Your costume was really good.
Yeah. I mean, that might have been my best costume. One of my truly favorites though was Water Park Napoleon.
Oh right, that was from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, it was a little weird walking around in your like ye olde underwear
and a
all
swim
day
cap.
And a swim cap that got really sweaty.
Yeah.
But I got my most excited shout Napoleon from like a block away, which that made that one worthwhile. What were your favorite ones that you've done? Peggy Carter.
Agent Carter was cool because that was the first time that someone like wanted their picture taken with me, and that was just really, and that also was like a pretty simple costume that turned out really well. I really liked my Linda costume for Bob's Burgers.
You've literally been one of the best. I'm not just saying that because you're my wife and I like you. I really think you've had one of the best Linda costumes that I've seen.
Yeah, my Linda costume was pretty spot on.
Yeah.
So so that was super fun. Tremors. I mean, Nighttime Tremors was fun because I dressed up as the love interest character, and at one point in the movie, she gets her pants taken off by a graboid, of course. And so, like Nighttime Dragon Con, I did go without pants or shoes. So right. I did wear socks. I'm not gross.
Safer.
Yeah.
Just socks are going to save you from broken glass on the street.
No, but I mean, they're,
Yeah. We were inside.
So, but yeah, I think those are some of my favorites. I enjoyed Kingdom of Loathing 2. I'm really looking forward to Dragon with the Girl Tattoo because I think that's going to get a lot of recognition. I'm not expecting that. Oh, yeah, the other one we're doing this year is Harry Potter mashups.
I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to be at Dragon Con, look out for us.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to be at Dragon Con, please steal this idea and dress up also with this idea.
Yeah. So we're doing music
/ pop culture
Harry Potter mashups.
Yeah.
So I'm doing Ravenclaw. So I'm going to be a Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
And it's going to be pretty fabulous.
Yeah. I'm going to be Scufflepuff. / Hufflecore. That's the other one because I'm thinking about going kind of like straight edge and put H's on the back of my hands. I'm kind of in between on it, right? So I'm still putting it together. Hufflecore, I think, might just have to live longer. But we've also got. We're waiting to hear back from our friends and see if they're gonna be able to do it. Black Metal Slytherin, Lady Gaga Gryffindor.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Someone had another great one.
I don't know.
Oh, I forget what it was. But anyways, any ideas that you guys want to do, you should dress up as well.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that. I'm pretty excited about that one. I made my own wand.
Yeah, he did. I'm going to use my wand that I bought at Harry Potter World. But I also bought really ridiculous platform shoes. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So, so here's first round of tips for costumes. Like things we go for costumes, like we didn't wear them for the first 2-3 years, and then we really dipped our toe in just one day. And we always aim for things that are reasonably comfortable.
Yeah.
I have worn a onesie leopard outfit we did Eggcorns one year.
Oh yeah.
And that was rather hot. Probably wasn't the best idea because Atlanta in the summertime is still very warm. And but yeah, just aim for something that's comfortable. We aim for things that, we aim for things that are reusing clothes we might normally wear.
Right.
Or might wear again. We aim for, just things that aren't going to be uncomfortable because we want to wear them all day long.
Right.
And, Dragon Con days might start at 9 or 10 in the morning and go until 2 or 3 at night, potentially, on some days. So, and, you can always go home, change your clothes, do whatever, go back to your hotel room. But
I mean, and this is just the way. I mean, lots of people definitely do not wear things that are comfortable at all.
Yeah. If you're hardcore, do it.
Far more amazing.
Yeah. If you're trying to get your feet wet, if you're just playing along,
throw on a lab coat.
Yeah, throw on a lab coat. Find something that works. And even if you don't, just because one year a couple of you guys just dressed up as elfie ladies.
Oh yeah, right. We were just rando elves.
Yeah, you had some It
was a dress I already owned.
Yeah, flower crowns and whatever, and just whatever, just have a good time, or just wear some stupid T-shirt that's funny, or whatever you want. Sorry, cat just made a very strange noise.
I think he's gonna get the hiccups. It's basically the cutest thing ever.
Is it? All right. Oh yeah, there we go. Or he's gonna throw up on the carpet.
That's not the cutest thing ever.
No. All right. Well, anyways, not that we need to take a break because the cat's gonna puke, but this is probably a good time for the quick break.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So we always have a lot of people here at our house for Dragon Con, and as I mentioned, we have traditions. And so all of that stuff requires that we need to prep things in advance around the house. I mean,
so besides costumes,
right? So we need to make sure that we have food for people. Usually first night of Dragon Con, I cook something so we don't have to go out to eat every night. So usually Thursday night I'll cook.
Sometimes I cook it. I just realized because I've made pasta and stuff.
Right.
But yeah. But yeah, we cook home either way. Mostly Rachel. But you do all this cooking, which is...
Oh, I make breakfast soup because...
Which is lentil soup.
Lentil soup that one of our friends eats for breakfast. And now it's referred to as breakfast soup. So I'll always try to make that. There's just a lot of air mattress setup, cleaning... Making potions this year.
Yeah. Why do we bother cleaning? The house just becomes a disaster.
Well,
we'll just put stack stuff up this year.
Right. Yeah. This year will be low effort.
Yeah,
DragonCon.
but we buy like a bajillion bagels and bread and like
snacks
and
Snacks on
sandwich
snacks.
making things, and mostly we've got the house here, right? We usually put up
3 people.
3 people, yeah, and
We've
one
done
year we put
4.
up 4, and that was a mistake.
We did 4 2 years, I think, and I won't do that again. That's too many.
Yeah. But we've got a bunch of friends that are coming in from out of town, so they're paying for airplane tickets,
Yeah.
and we're saving the money on, hotel, but we're all spending a bunch of money just eating and on whatever when we're around. So, nice and easy for us just to hit the Joe,
Yeah.
pick
Yeah.
some stuff
I mean,
up.
it's no problem.
Yeah.
But it is,
Takes a little time.
A couple weeks in advance, you got to start really thinking about things. And some of that stuff is definitely like tips that I have when you mention sandwich stuff. Like
Yeah.
being able to take a sandwich with you is really nice because the food there's long lines or it's crappy.
Yeah.
And like I'll just make a bunch of sandwiches on like Thursday
Yeah.
and then take one each day.
Right.
And the best sandwich is coconut curry hummus with cucumbers and cilantro. And if you can have that with a beer while you're listening to someone talk to you about puppets, it's pretty much like one of the most perfect moments in your life.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I didn't have that sandwich. That I would have had a different sandwich.
It probably would have involved mustard and been disgusting.
Probably. But yeah, definitely. That's a major tip is bring snacks.
Bring snacks.
Yeah. We mentioned the days are long. If you have a hotel that's downtown at Dragon Con, sure, you can pop in and out. That's awesome. We've never done that. You got to book those things like a year in advance. We usually come back once during the day. We'll come back like around dinner time and either, with the crew, get dinner near our place in Midtown just to kind of get to some better places.
The restaurants are way less crowded up here too.
Yeah, maybe get a reservation. We've got a couple vegan friends, so it just makes it easier to have some better control over that.
Yeah.
And but honestly, yeah, I mean, there's been a number of years where I just come home and just like take a quick shower and maybe like a disco nap. And
Yeah.
then,
And then go back out.
Head back out. Usually put that same stinky, sweaty costume right back on.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have snacks, like just some granola bars, you've got
Water.
an apple, you definitely want a water bottle so you can fill that thing up. You're not like they have water around, but it runs out sometimes, so grab it from the water in this bathroom or something like that. If you need to. Rachel's sticking her tongue out.
I hate bathroom water for some reason.
I don't know what. So
I have a real problem with it.
they all share the same pipes.
Like I said, it's irrational,
Yeah.
but I do not like drinking water out of bathroom sinks, even my bathroom sink at home.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're right. The house is probably not as big a deal, but in the hotel, it's going to be potentially different. Anyway, but stay hydrated. Have some snacks.
Right.
Bring sandwiches. We also pack in cans of beer or other like canned cocktails or wine.
Yep.
There
Sometimes
might be a
all of
little bit
them.
drinking at Dragon Con.
Bring a battery backup also.
Oh yeah, battery backup is key. Turn off your GPS probably while you're in down there too, because and probably your wireless as well. Everything's going to be so super saturated with people.
And the tall buildings makes it hard for your phone to locate itself sometimes, so it just like really drains the battery if you've got the GPS turned on.
Yeah. But yeah, prepping. I mean, we got the breakfast soup, potions though. Like we're taking over the potions this year.
Our usual potion people are getting married, and so
Well, I mean, because it was only
they're busy
they only
planning
did
a
it
wedding.
last year, didn't they? Did they do 2 years in a row?
No, they just did it last year because
Yeah.
Sandra moved. She can't
Right.
make a
Yeah. So, right. So yeah, we're the third
third
owners
third
of the
potioneers.
potions, so we're trying a little bit different. Both Cassandra and Brian and Sarah did a awesome job of like infusing alcohol with like awesome fruits and herbs and stuff like that were
Figs
super fun.
and strawberry basil and
Yeah.
they were really great. But again, I have costumes to make and a house to clean and breakfast soup to produce.
Yeah, so we're just making some basically like simple cocktails with color and some sparkly
glitter powder.
edible glitter stuff. So we'll be pooping glitter.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
What are there? I don't know. That's kind of most of the prep is the costumes, the food, and getting the house ready. Got to make sure everybody's actually coming in.
Right.
And kind of make sure the cat doesn't attack anybody too badly.
Right.
Um,
You're gonna be a chill guy.
yeah.
Buddy.
He's staring at us right now.
Looking like he wants to eat your
But yeah, what
face.
other tips? What other tips you think, right? I mean, I would say there's a ton of tips. Like there's some YouTube video tips. There's a bunch of articles that are tips. Like read those. They're worthwhile if you haven't been to Dragon Con before. If you've been to Dragon Con before, share what your tips you have with us. Yeah.
I mean, for me, like, I like knowing, I always go to a few of the events in the YA room, and so I kind of can use that as a little bit of a mental home base too, because it's in kind of a quieter area of one of the hotels. So, I mean, I think if there's a track that you really want to follow, all the events for that track are going to be in the same room or same area
Yeah.
of rooms. So you can kind of make that a little bit of a home base if you're going back repeatedly.
Yeah, the space and science tracks were always like my go-tos. The last couple of years they've gotten busier, but you could almost always sneak in and get like at least one last seat or a standing room, and not too hot of a room. But sometimes those are really busy too. So
Yeah.
And plan out what you want to see. The other one, because there are some big panels, and some of them you really want to get into. We waited in line a long time for Gillian Anderson,
And it was great.
That was super worth it. But
Everyone's going to be in line this year for David Tennant. And,
oh right,
I mean, I don't know. I'll go with the flow on that one.
yeah. If the crew wants to go, I'll go. I usually try not to wait because those lines are going to be like an hour plus.
Yeah.
And that means you're not
Unlike
seeing
Comic-Con,
other
though,
stuff.
you're not allowed to line up like the night before.
Yeah.
You're only allowed to line up pretty
Actually,
much
I think the hour before.
an
yeah.
hour in advance. And they do clear the rooms in between, so
Mm-hmm.
you can't just camp out and stay in one big room for the entire
Yeah, you've got a better chance to get in.
event.
But you definitely need to be lining up like right when the previous one
right.
goes
Yeah,
in.
like I almost didn't get in. Well, I didn't stand in the line really at all for. Now I'm gonna second guess myself. Anyway, for Anne of Green Gables, and we were like one of the last two people that got in, but we just kind of popped into the line.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah.
I was like really happy that we had made that choice. But
Yeah.
I think I had a can of rosé while listening to that talk.
Yeah.
It was great.
I'd also say, like, be friendly, don't be a creeper. But,
Yeah.
like, when I'm standing in line, especially if there's, like, one person in the line in front or behind me, I'll usually just say hey, see if they want to chat. Just be like, hey, how's your con been? If they're like, fine. And I'm like, okay, cool, do your thing, right? But sometimes they're, like, separated from their friends or they're at the con themselves. And I've had cool conversations. I've never met any long-term friends or anything like that from those, but I'd also, keep an ear out. If you haven't been to Dragon Con before and you're thinking about going to Dragon Con, you may have friends. If you have any friends that are connected to Atlanta, you may have friends that already go. I have coworkers. My company's based out of North Carolina, and I have coworkers who I find come to Dragon Con every year, and have been coming for like 10 years, some of them. And they're coming from Florida, they're coming from, wherever. So like you might know people that are coming that you don't really know. So it's fun to meet up with friends or
So-
just cross paths.
The biggest tip, though, that I have is don't expect an experience that you had the year before to be
yeah.
the same if you try to do it again the subsequent year. So we had several times where we did things that were super great, and then we tried to recreate those experiences, and
Sometimes 2 years in a row, and
they were
just kept
duds.
failing. Yeah, we have
So-
not found another good karaoke after like 3 years of amazing karaoke.
So my advice is just like sort of,
Roll with it.
yeah, I mean, if something seems super interesting, like stop and do it, but don't like force yourself to don't try to recreate your previous experiences because
Yeah.
they just won't work out as well.
Right. Does that mean we're not going to Cruise Shadows this year? Because
Oh,
it probably
I don't
can't be
know.
good again.
Yeah, well, you did Cruise Shadows 2 years in a row.
I know.
So
If we don't get a new person who will also experience the joy, if
the
you
first
haven't
time.
been to Cruise Shadows, if you have been to Cruise Shadows and you love Cruise Shadows,
well,
I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but I think it's the most ridiculous thing. but I had such a blast. I don't think the music's necessarily great. It's so much just a performance across everything, but I think that's what it's just this amazing group performance, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was just ridiculous.
Anyway,
I'd recommend it.
So yeah, I mean, I haven't, like, you know, we had a lot of fun one year at a car bar, but I didn't try to recreate the car bar another year.
Yeah, keep an eye out for weird stuff. I'd also say, like, kind of what we do, you know, if you're looking for dinner, you know, unless you're trying to really maximize all your time there, like, consider popping away from...
Yeah, get on the MARTA and go, like, 3 stops north and get off, and there's a ton of restaurants.
Yeah, if you get off of Midtown or North Ave station. But, you know, also realize if you haven't been to Dragon Con, like, the roads don't work very well there. Like, you might take a Lyft or an Uber, but the traffic is pretty much bumper to bumper intense, most of the time. So expect you're going to be walking, expect you're going to be hot. So that's the other one, right? That's the keep hydrated. Isn't just because you might be drinking, but because you're going to be sweating.
Yeah, it's hot.
Like, bring a hat because you're probably going to be standing outside. Wear sunscreen. I'm sure plenty of people...
Unless a hat doesn't go with your costume, and then...
No, you're right. Find costumes that have hats.
Find costumes
or get collapsible hats. Or costumes that use parasols. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, sunscreen would probably be a good idea. These
are just advices for, like, people going out in the world.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of stuff. A lot of the tips for Dragon Con is like don't be incredibly stinky. And that's probably fair. I probably need to pay more attention to that too. But
I hadn't heard that one, but I guess I'll do some more armpit checks.
I know. Well, we're probably not quite as bad,
checks.
but some of the folks that go to Dragon Con are like, some people just don't get hotel rooms, and so they're not showering for 5 days.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and who knows, right?
Oof.
Yeah.
That's too much for me. I need 2 showers a day.
During Dragon Con? Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, anyways, that's enough of a ramble. We're gonna wrap up this one, and then in, you know, maybe 4 weeks we'll do a follow-up episode to talk about our
It'll probably
experience.
be 4 because the week after Dragon Con I'm having my wisdom teeth out, so I can't imagine I'm gonna really want to, like, talk for 40 minutes making a podcast.
Yeah.
So, but watch the Instagram, though. We'll post pictures from Dragon Con as it is happening.
Yeah, we got the outro, but it's also ReinItIn_podcast, REINITIN_podcast at Instagram.
Yep.
I think we're ReinItIn_podcast at Facebook as well. You can get our podcast at all your favorite podcasting places. Subscribe, leave a review, whatever the hell that stuff is.
Heart us.
Yeah. I want to know where the hell the 56 people came from that, like, suddenly discovered the podcast in the last 3 weeks when we haven't put out an episode.
Yeah. Hopefully you're real and not bots.
I know.
I want to believe you're real.
Oh shit! You just ruined everything. My outlook on our audience is down. It could just be that, but most of them are the Japan ones. So if you're interested in Japan, you should listen to our 22-day Japan trip. And we'll catch you back up later.
Yep.
Got anything else?
Nope, that's it. All right, talk to you in a month.
You can check us out at anchor.fm/ReinItIn. That's spelled REINITIN, all one word, no spaces, and you can leave us a message there. You can also follow us at Instagram at ReinItIn_podcast or email us at reinitin@ssdpress.org, also spelled REINITIN at ssdpress.org. Thanks again to all of our friends and family for all the support and for putting up with us. Have a great day.